in its full glory and flutters with pride because of the blood, sweat and toil of millions ahead of us. And we, dear students, should prove ourselves worthy to be sitting in its shade today. And we should prove it that we can carry this legacy forward to the next generation and to generations to come. And that's why you're here in this elite school, trying to pick up the basics. And you're doubly lucky, being in a good school and also under the benign presence of reverence. You will benefit doubly. So make most of this opportunity given to you to prove yourself as a very able and nice, useful citizen and member of this larger society. I'll just take a minute of yours to touch upon few things which may not be very much with the occasion, but will stand in good stead. See, students, I have seen a variety of people. You can classify, there are not many people, all of them hard-working. There are a variety of people who will work hard, toil hard to attain wealth, riches. They will like it for themselves, their families, for the generations to come, and they work for it. There is yet another group of people who will be working ceaselessly to attain powerful positions in the government ladders or anywhere. They would like to wield power. There yet another set of people will find who will be chasing fame to get their names registered in the history books for having invented something, for some discoveries, or maybe for starting something new. All these which you work for, all these people what they work for, be it fame, wealth, riches, may not stand in good stead when it comes for it, when the time comes. Small example I can give you, in the present pandemic situation, if you were to fall sick, your money will fly off the first thing, when first admission itself, whatever you would have earned, it didn't stand in good stead. Your fame and your links, those people who have developed because of your position of power, they will try to wean away from you because they don't want to fall sick with the same infection. So that is also gone. So what is that stays with you? If not money, not fame, not position of power, if these are no good news, why do we slog? As far as my little experience goes, my dear students, not many occasions I'll come and be interacting with you, able to interact with you, so I want to make the most of it. I may take an additional minute. But what comes handy, or what is the only thing that will stand by you, all privilege, is character. The very soul and the character around which the blood and flesh and the bones are built is what you should hone, is what we should work upon. Because if you have a strong and standing character, fame, money, wealth, riches and everything will be lying at your feet and you won't feel like bending down and picking it up. You won't need them, they will need you. It is that strength, of this character which will define you, and not your earlier or other attainments. You see, that there have been, this is probably the best time to be alive on this planet, because if you see it earlier, I mean, we don't have to hide ourselves from the dinosaurs, or there is no planet being hit by comets and wiping out the life. There are no ice ages to come or anything to be inundated by floods. The best time to be alive on this planet. Even few thousand years back, if you see the medieval ages, there were hardly anything that would make you feel safe. Losing hands and limbs, savagery, brutality, beheading was as common as sneezing. We don't have that today. We have perfect law and order, very good law and order, good secure life. This has not come easy. This kind of evolution of humans till this stage where we are today has not come easy. If you see, look back. If you see and look back, I can give you the example of some of the mightiest nations in this world, how they have evolved. You can name the United States of America, the 50 states. They were confederate earlier. They were Spanish settlers, they are Dutch settlers, there are some European settlers over there. They had brushed aside the aboriginals of the natives, got their lands, rivers to themselves, the gold, the prosperity thereof. They used to have slaves, slavery and everything. And there was this nasty war between the North and South, talking of years now, and between the Union forces and the Confederates. When the Union forces finally won this nasty war, they brought in some very, I should say, high moral values and high ethics into their constitution. The ideas which they adopted were something like liberty, freedom, equality of opportunity. And those were the days when these 50 states got together, brushed aside the British colonies, the earlier settlers. The Confederates were defeated and they brought in this lofty ideals which stand till today as the guiding principle of the entire world and the rest of the democracies in this world. The ideals of principles of liberty, freedom, equality of opportunity, abolition of slavery, law and order, not desiring someone else's property, not trying to rob someone else. The very concept of good and bad was evolved and enshrined in the Constitution. Now where these ideals come from? It was not free-flowing in those times when everything was possible to those who had the power. These ideals came to us because amongst us we had someone who walked upon this earth so many years earlier, and still we revere him, and still we pray, and still we bid obedience to the principles he has given to us. They were enshrined in these mighty constitutions of these mighty nations which stand today, which have stood today the test of time. And it's right, therefore, to follow these. So, my dear students, I won't take much of your time, but we'll meet again. And till then, no, when I say we'll meet again and we'll continue like this in the sense, not in a dull way and not end up in like that. Now you should be looking so dull that we will continue. Continue in the sense like something, I'll put it this way, continue doing what? Continue something like rejoicing in the hope, patient in the tribulations, and continuing steadfastly in prayer. That's the way we continue till the time we meet up again and exchange notes. God speed and God bless all of you and all of us. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much.